TMZ was founded in 2005 and is a supposed news website, but it's a tabloid website first and foremost. So it's not held to the same standards as reputable sources like the Associated Press, like NPR, like some of your legacy media companies, which even though they are supposed to be reputable, we have seen a decline of these big conglomerates, these big corporations, Disney, ABC, CNN, Fox, all these big corporations that are giving news with a public opinion type slant. They're not giving news from just, here's the news, this is black and white, this is what was given to us by these different companies. They're giving the news with opinion. It's so different nowadays, and I think we're going to see a huge problem in the future, and we're headed there quicker than we think. This story with Kate Middleton is a precursor of worse things to come in the future when it comes to news and getting news. I think a lot of people forget a lot of these companies, X, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, are now acting as news sites. A lot of people get their news from social media, and I think we're going to have to tread lightly in the future when it comes to news. We're going to need to realize that AI is out there, and now AI is sending information that could be misinformation, disinformation, or just false altogether, hoaxes. We see this a lot in media, and a lot of the bigger companies that have been doing as this says, independent fact-based journalism for years are starting to say, we're going to have a problem because now people are starting to buy into the stuff that they see without any kind of concern for where it's coming from. Here's the thing. A lot of people on these forums, TikTok, social media, though they might have their own sources, right? Because it's not that difficult as, say, a publicist, as a marketing manager, as a journalist, to contact people directly and say, hey, is this true? Can I get somebody in there to verify this information? A lot of times they won't want to verify it with you unless you're a part of a media company, unless you're of some sort of reputable, company. So for TMZ to post that, they knew very well what they were doing. They wanted the information to get out there. We know how the system works within Kensington Palace. They have their own comms team that support them. And, that's the whole point of the comms team and Publicist is to generate publicity for you. So they send out press releases to these organizations all the time. They send out press releases saying, hey, Kate Middleton's going to be doing this thing or that thing. The fact that they have been completely silent on the issue, meaning not giving the media what they want, giving these companies what they want, is showing that there's something going on that's deeper within the palace than we think of. This is a little different from the never explained situation that they had when Queen Elizabeth was alive. When Queen Elizabeth was alive, her thing was she was a staunch believer in never explain, right? Never complain, never explain, just stay quiet, let things go away. Don't even give into it. But with the way technology works and how fast media travels nowadays, they're going to have to change that approach. The palace is going to need to adapt to what is happening right now with social media and AI. We've seen this even with Joe Biden's campaign, where many people say that's not even the real Joe Biden. Many times it is not him. It's just a deep fake of him. So we're going to have to be very careful and fact check for ourselves. And if you don't know that this information is 100% true, you're going to end up spreading and making the situation worse. I would urge creators and people online, if you see a story coming out and you're not 100% sure of it, do a little fact checking. You can, some of these AI generated images have a plasticky appearance. This is a huge sign that this is not real. Another one is a lot of them have stylized, almost kind of a smooth, shiny, plasticky look to it. A lot of times also, even with the imagery, like right here with Joe Biden, you can see little things within the image. Obviously, it's going to be hard for people who are not in this space, but this is why it is important to check with people that you trust, check with journalists that you trust, go to their Twitter page, see what they're saying about it. Don't just hop on the bandwagon. TMZ knows very well what they're doing. They're a company that is, their whole basis is catchy headlines to grab your attention, to create conversations, even if the conversations are based around something that's not real. All it does is it promotes tabloids. It promotes, rumors and that sort of thing. So I would say for me, another thing you can do is reverse search an image. If you reverse search it and nothing comes up from a reputable source, like I said, the Associated Press is a great outlet for this. NPR is a good outlet for this. Even Al Jazeera is a good a good outlet for this. So I would say start there. But remember that TMZ saying that this, now they don't believe it's fake. They're not going to get libeled for this. They're not going to have a defamation come out of the palace. They work in conjunction with the palace. Many of times these outlets work with the palace. They work with different celebrities to put out information, as we see with Meghan Markle using Backgrid. That's her preferable source. So anything that comes out of Backgrid with the Markle family or with Duchess of Sussex or Harry, I would believe, because I know that she works in conjunction with them. We know that Kensington works closely, tight-knitly with The Sun and with Daily Mail. And if you ever want any proof of how someone who they work with, who they prefer, you just have to look at these stories. You type in their name on that website, and if they have glowing articles of them all the time, and they have negative articles about people that they don't like, right? Then that's their outlet. That's the outlet that they prefer. So if something's coming from them, more than likely, that's the information they want you to know. That's the information they want you to run with. And we're going to have to tread very lightly here on how we see these websites, because all of them are going to be biased. And this is an important part of it. How many news websites block AI crawlers? If you don't know what an AI crawler is, when you go to things like ChatGPT, right, which is launching their 4.0 available now, and Sora AI and these things, what they do is they crawl the internet. They have these little bots that crawl the internet for the information from different websites, even people like you and I, people posting blogs or articles, and they gather the most relevant information for whatever it is that you are querying in ChatGPT. So we got to be very careful going forward, because sometimes the chats are learning still, right? They're still in a this is a language, right? It's a language. So it is searching and it is developing. It will get better over time. It will learn more. It will be more up to date. Right now, most of these sites don't even have they can't do current information. They can go up to like 2022. So we're looking at where now we have to, as a society, realize that the information we're getting sometimes is borrowed from chat, which could be wrong. So we really need to really look at this and say, in the future, when something comes out, take it with a grain of salt. It might not be 100% true. And the best way to do this is to slow down, see what the major, websites are saying, and trust people who are in the industries. People who are publicists usually are parts of associations like PRSA. They're working with other people. They're networking with other people that have more insider information directly from a source. Sometimes you're working with agencies and marketing agencies that can give you real up-to-date information. So I would go to people who are trusted sources and journalists that you respect and trust. If a journalist has been discredited or has come out as biased or as one-sided, I would not trust them. You want people who just report the news and give the fact. They don't have any emotion to it. They just give you the facts. Anyways, I hope you have a great day. And remember, guys, think for yourself.